Okay, so it is 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I have nothing better to do. If I actually just watched the newer Legend of Korra episode recently, and I just thought that I'll do this video kind of as a okay, season finale is coming up next week on the 23rd, which happens to be the same day as Black and White 2. So, yeah. Anyways, I just thought I'd do this video talking about stuff and theories and ideas and that kind of stuff, and just talking about lots of stuff about Legend of Korra because the show is awesome. It's awesome and more awesomeness and awesome such, and this last episode just made me want to die. This is so awesome. I can't contain it all without eventing source something or other. So, pretty much, what I just feel so strongly in talking about is just several things. Mainly Amon, just because Amon is just all season, just ever since he was first introduced, and ever since he first announced he could take bending away, so to speak. Um, just so much curiosity was sparked about him, even more so than he was shown in the first episode. So, um, yeah. Anyways, first thing, just Amon. That he's just the very second. And let me see here, which episode was it? The Revelation, the third episode, where he which was pretty much all about his announcement of the revolution or revelation, whatever he wants to call it, and trying to equalize all the non-benders with the benders and yada yada yada. So now through the entire speech, when he was announcing through his entire speech thing talking about the revelation, I don't know if it was just me, but the whole time he was talking about how he was just a small boy on a farm in a family of non-benders. Now, that whole speech, the only thing that was really going through my mind right there was back in Last Airbender. Um, it was in book 2, I'm pretty sure, where Zuko goes off from Iroh and's all like, "Oh, I need to learn things on my own. I don't want to deal with you." And he goes out and he stumbles upon this small farm family, and he meets this little boy there, and the little boy's all curious as to who Zuko is, and yada yada yada. And just the whole time during Amon's speech, that little boy was going through my mind. So I I don't know, just that little boy was going through my mind. So right during that speech, during the moment, I figured, okay, Amon is that little boy, and then from there it was kind of just shortly afterwards I began to think about it, and thinking about it, that kid was about 10. I'll go with. And Aang, according to other sources, Aang apparently died around his 40s, 50s. So that is about 30, 40 years later. So no, that kid seemed to be about 6 or 8. He was younger than Aang, and Aang was 10. So yeah, that had to be about 30, 40 years later. And then Korra is 8 or 17, so that's another 17 years later. So that's a good 47, 57, 50, 60 years later. So that means that kid would have to be about near his 50s or 60s. And Amon is just the way, just Amon just appears to be young and agile, and I don't know very many 50 and 60-year-olds, even in a show like Avatar, where a 50, 60-year-old would be that agile. So that idea was kind of thrown out the window. And then he went on talking about some more, and then he talked about how he could take bending away. And just right there, I was just, okay, Amon is a lie, because the only person who was able to take bending away was the Avatar Aang, which he showed off in the finale when he was battling Ozai. So, Amon, there's just no way Amon can actually take away bending. I do not believe that to any extent whatsoever. I just do not believe to any extent. I've said this like 3 times, but I'm saying it again because I really do mean it. I highly doubt that Amon can take bending away. He's just using it as a scare tactic, because Amon, he's he's a hypocrite, a huge hypocrite, which he pretty much is. I'll get to that later though, or he's lying about the fact that he's a non-bender because if first of all, uh, during the time when Aang met that lion turtle that taught him about energy bending and uh taking away a person's bending, um the the lion turtle, like I said, talked about energy bending, and that's a form of bending. That's bending. It's just bending. That's what it is. And Amon, he's not a bender, so there's no way he would be able to energy bend and take away somebody's bending. And yeah, so that's just part of my belief that Amon is not a bender to any extent. Secondly, if you notice when if you compare Amon's taking bending away to Aang's taking bending away, not the whole light show thing from the finale, because I'm pretty sure the animators just threw that in there as like a, oh, this is so epic, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. It's just like an extra oomph to the epicness of the episode, because in that flashback where it shows Aang taking away Tarlok's no, not Tarlok, what's his name, Yakom's bending. It doesn't do the whole light show thing. So and yeah, comparing the two, aside from the whole light show thing, where they place their fingers, the points that they point to. Now, where Aang points to the forehead and the heart, Amon points to the forehead and the neck. And also, fun fact, the point on the neck, it's an actual pressure point, and the actual pressure point is named Amon. So I just find that kind of funny. I learned that recently, like right before I started doing this. I don't know. I just found it to be funny because I also have the like just the Amon wiki pages up, and one of the fun facts is that Amon is a name of the second deadliest pressure point on the human body, located on the back of the neck, near the base of the stem. So yeah, so the points where Amon touches to remove bending is the forehead and the neck, whereas Aang uses the forehead and the heart. Now, crap, what was the guru's name? The weird guru with the weird banana peanut whatever drink, whatever, I don't know. But this is some weird drink. I remember that much. But I forgot his name. But when he was talking to Aang about cheese and such, I even pulled it up. I'll even pull it up again. The it talks about let me actually pull it up because I can't really yeah, so pressure points with chi pressure points. It says that the neck is related to illusion, and the head, it's the forehead. Where is it? You know what? I don't know. But anyways, it's where like okay. So let me get my thoughts straightened out. So, um, bu- 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 crap. Okay, so back to the whole thing where Amon uses, or the points that Amon uses. I believe that Amon's chi blocking or Amon's bending, taking away shenanigans is just some sort of advanced long-term chi blocking. Because first of all, how would the other chi blockers know? Well, anyways, that's a stupid idea. I'm gonna stop talking about that. But yeah. So the points where Amon touches for removing the person's bending. It's the neck, which is an illusion. Like this, let me see here. This chakra is blocked by illusions. So possibly when he hits that point, it just makes the benders think that, oh, I can't bend anymore. Well, crap, I can't bend anymore. So that kind of just an idea that maybe Amon is just first of all using a long-term bending or long-term chi block, and two, he's making the bender think that they can't bend anymore. First of all, because his whole scare tactic, I could take bending away. Here's an example, and yeah. So I just think that it's just some sort of long-term chi blocking thing. Now, as far as who Amon is, that is still unknown. I'm still completely clueless as to who Amon is because there were a bunch of theories going about. Like I've seen so many theories go about. Like like the like my theory earlier about how that little boy from the original Avatar series that he was Amon, but that's not the case. And another theory was that, and this is a theory that's been floating about, but the theory was that Bumi, Aang and Katara's uh, son, or other son, not Tenzin, but Tenzin's older brother Bumi, because Katara and Aang had 3 kids. They had, I forgot their daughter's name, it's like Kia or something like that, who was a waterbender. They had Tenzin, who was an airbender, and then they had Bumi, who was a non-bender. Now, I know that there was the theory that Bumi was or is Amon, and the evidence to back that up was that maybe or Bumi was just well, the fact that Bumi grew up in a family of benders and that he couldn't bend, maybe he wanted to be the same. So, and the only way for him to be the same was to be remove bending, and the theory behind being able to remove bending was that Aang taught him how to remove bending in the event that it was necessary. But the reason why that idea was thrown out the window was just because of the fact that Bumi is described as dark skinned, similar to Katara and Sokka, and where what's that? I don't know what that was, but yeah, weird sounds coming from anywhere. Anyways, what is
Mr. Burnley, sorry to keep you
what does
waiting.
that sound?
So what I'm going to have you do is just stand up and just relax.
Where is that sound coming from?
Who is that?
Okay, there it goes. So, anyways, random sound interrupting. So where was I? Oh yeah, Boomy. Now the reason why I don't think, or the reason why Amon isn't Boomy, I'm saying it isn't because he clearly isn't, um, is because of the fact that, like I said, Boomy is dark skinned while Amon is light skinned. You can tell by his hands because you can see his hands. You just can't see anything else on his. You just can't see any other part of his body, and to related to the whole age thing. Bumi is older than Tenzin, and Tenzin looks to be about. Actually, what age could he be? I'm not sure, but let me see here. Tenzin, there we go. Tenzin looks to be about middle aged, 40s, I would guess, and Bumi is older than Tenzin, so that, and Amon really isn't that agile. So Amon appears to be young. Okay, so the wiki page says that Tenzin is 51, and Bumi is older than Tenzin, so that relates to the whole age thing. And while Amon appears to be young and agile, Bumi is old and such. So, anyways, another theory that I saw was that, or I don't know if it was actually, that's just a stupid idea because I know just some people saying that that Amon is that hobo from the first episode where Korra first arrives in Republic City. That is definitely not the case because I mean it's different voice actors, not like the voices don't match up. And speaking of voice actors, the person who voices Amon voiced Tom in Toonami, so that's a fact that was interesting. So yeah, Steve Bloom, that's his name. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know much what else to say, but predictions for the next for the finale on the 23rd. Um, I the the biggest number one thing that I am expecting is for Korra to finally actually go into the Avatar state, because I mean it just like very clearly it's just she's clearly about to go into the Avatar state just based off of the teaser trailer. So um yeah, what else could I talk about? The whole bloodbending thing. Amon's reaction to the whole bloodbending thing, I'm really not too sure what that is about. Um, I mean, I really don't know, just because just that the whole episode where Tarlok is trying to bloodbend those chi blockers and Amon he struggled a little bit, so that means he's being affected by it, but he still resisted it and managed to keep his own mobility, which is extremely far, which it just baffles me. I don't even know what's up with that, because bloodbed, like, I don't know. I mean, the only way he could bloodbend, or the only way that I could imagine that he could resist bloodbending, is if he himself was an extremely advanced waterbender. Because I mean, the only way I could think of somebody being able to resist bloodbending is if they themselves are a powerful waterbender and have the ability to bloodbend themselves, if that makes any sense, or to counteract Tarlok's bloodbending, maybe. So, just general theories on Amon is that either A, he's not an actual bender and he's just bluffing everything, or B, he actually is a bender and is just trying to take control over Republic City, which is very clear that he's doing, but he's trying to take control over Republic City by appealing to the non-bending population and abusing that non-bending population. So and then he'll just rise up as a, oh, I'm actually a bender, lol 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 lol, lol, screw you all, I'm king of the world, whatever he plans. But yeah, Amon, as far as I'm aware, is still a very unknown character, and I still have highly doubt that he can actually take away bending, just because of the facts stated. So, um, anyways, what else do I want to talk about? Milo's pretty badass. I mean, just the whole fact that he took out all those chi blockers in that episode was hilarious, with that fart bending and such and such. And what else? Iroh Jr. Yes, I mean, like, I've known since before Korra started that that Dante Basco, the person who voiced Zuko, was making a return in Legend of Korra, and it was just very clearly obvious that whoever Dante Basco voiced was going to be a have some sort of relationship to Zuko. So yeah, had a whole discussion with a friend in school about it, who's also pretty obsessed with Legend of Korra, and she's also pretty obsessed with Dante Basco apparently. So, anyways, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Just seeing how, I mean, he was just introduced so late into the series that he's gonna have a huge role in the finale and a huge role in the next season. So yeah, I really don't know what else to talk about. So just on that note, uh, yeah. So if you guys did manage to sit through all this, then awesome. Feel free to leave any thoughts down in the down in the comments. And yeah, so I guess we'll just have to wait till the 23rd to see how this all ends and see how it all goes down. So, yeah, anyways, with that being said, just thanks for watching and peace.